Is up, not so pro football talk. Vince the Prince and AJ back over here. Reed will be coming in shortly. He's got some business to take care of. But we're here again for another Monday live. I mean, we're going with the flow right now. Free agency is just upon us. So close, so close. So is the combine coming this weekend, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So that should be exciting too for some of the new rookies that are going to try and show out. But today, as the title says, we have the free agency wheel of rumors. And I didn't make a wheel, but we don't really need a wheel. We just have a roulette going on with every single team and all these free agents that could possibly be leaving their respective teams so far. So first off, I would say maybe the biggest one in the rumors that I've heard is Matthew Stafford. I mean, I feel like that one is pretty crazy, but let's bring up Big Money Joe. He says, "Sup, gang? What's up, man? Always appreciate you coming along. We appreciate you so much." But yeah, Matthew Stafford. So, I mean, he's won a ring with the Rams. That was their prerogative by bringing him over there from Detroit. Wasn't happy about that Super Bowl win as an NFC West team. But, I mean, where do you think Matthew Stafford will go? I have a few teams in mind, but I just don't see him fitting there. It's just so weird to see him possibly moving on from the Rams.
It is kind of weird. And, I think the obvious choice, what everyone wants to talk about is he's obviously going to Pittsburgh, right? Pittsburgh can't make up their mind with Russell Wilson, can't make up their mind with Justin Fields. So why not plug in Matthew Stafford? It'll be great. I don't think so, man. I think Matthew Stafford may tip his toes. So a little bit of curiosity with the Minnesota Vikings. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that team is ready to win. As you saw this past season, they're not a bad team. You got elite weapons out there. You got a decent defense. You have a great running back. I mean, they're probably going to resign him, but I mean, if you plug in Matthew Stafford, that team gets that much better. That's just to be completely honest with you. I mean, who do you have? JJ McCarthy he probably will get traded, or you have Sam Darnold. I mean, he choked in the playoffs. We all expected that, so why not get that veteran presence? Matthew Stafford, he's 37 years old. He can still do it as a quarterback. He has the experience. He's won a ring, like you said, which really shouldn't have happened, but he did. Right, it's there in the history books. If he goes to Minnesota, that division just got that much more competitive. I think that'll be awesome. I don't only think it'll be great for his career, but I think it'll be great for football.
Yeah, so Big Money says Stafford to the Raiders or to the Giants. He also says, "Don't say Vikings, please." I wonder why. He says, "Send him to a losing team, please." I personally like Matthew Stafford. The only thing that I don't like is that he's on the Rams.
Yeah.
I loved him when he was in Detroit. I know AJ did too. I mean, that guy plays his heart out on the football field. But yeah, that was one of my top picks was the Vikings. I was like, I just don't know if JJ McCarthy's going to come back like ready to go after that injury. Again, they always say that the first year back is not the best, so I don't know if they're going to roll him out or if they're going to keep Sam Darnold there. I mean, there's itchings that they're trying to bring him back, but it's also like not set in stone. So my other team that I could possibly see him going, but I just don't think it's a good fit for anybody at this point in time is the Jets. The Jets need a quarterback severely, and I think they're kind of like in that market, like, hey, we're gonna go after a veteran guy who knows what he's doing. We tried with Aaron Rodgers, but he sucked.
See that? Okay.
And then maybe Matthew Stafford goes and fixes it. I don't know, bridge quarterback.
He could.
I don't know.
Could.
It's just such a weird system going on right now in the NFL. Like Big Money said, New York Giants need a quarterback. The Raiders need a quarterback. Falcons have Michael Penix. I mean, pretty much Matt Ryan right, Matt Ryan. No, not Matt Ryan.
No, they have Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
What is going on?
Oh my god, having an aneurysm over here. Yeah, Kirk Cousins. They have him over there from the Vikings. This horrible trade. I hated it from the start. But yeah, I don't think the Seahawks are in the running for any quarterback that's in the league right now. The only quarterback I could see is like Justin Fields, just because
Aaron Rodgers. Heck
no, I would hate that. I would go burn Lumen Field down to the ground. But yeah, so that's just what I think. Perfect timing, Reed. Perfect timing.
Me?
We're gonna put you on the spot here.
Sounds about usual.
Oh no, we have a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Not so much something that you said, but this is perfect timing. And the topic that you brought up, Vince, kind of bleeds into one of my topics that I had. And it kind of blends perfectly now that Reed's here. It's just so we make Reed's life just a little bit easier, just a little bit. Okay, we're still going to put him on the spot, but it's just going to make your life that much easier, Reed.
Okay.
You down for it?
Whatever. I don't know what you guys were talking about.
We're talking about Matthew Stafford. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so I know Vince didn't do it, but I kind of made a wheel. Okay,
Oh, no.
so I did make a wheel. It was kind of last minute here. I'm gonna hide this. I'm gonna full screen that. I'm gonna go back to StreamYard. Let me get rid of that ad. I'm so sorry. This is so unprofessional here.
Look at that.
So go in here.
Made it.
Go into this article, all right, because Matthew Stafford is the talk of the town right now. There are currently 4 teams who are extremely interested in Matthew Stafford and made it public. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers, the New York Giants, the Cleveland Browns, yes, the Cleveland Browns, and the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, so I'm going to give you all some information about these teams as far as cap space and what they have. And
Right.
then we're going to spin the wheel, and you guys have to sell the idea of Matthew Stafford going to that team. Y'all down for it?
I'm not selling the Browns. I swear.
You have to. It's
You
part of
have
the
to,
rules.
Reed.
There's no way.
Part of the
There's no-
rules. You're the Browns GM. Okay, this is your great idea. You got to pitch it. You got to pitch it, Reed.
We're
Are we
screwed.
in? Are we in? We're doing it?
All right.
Okay. That's all I need. I just needed an okay. But here's a little bit of information that you guys get. This is cap wise. The Las Vegas Raiders have 99.5 million in cap space. The Pittsburgh Steelers have 60.1 mil in cap space. The Giants have 48.4 mil in cap space. And the Browns have negative 24 mil in cap space. Now, I know what you're thinking. How in the HE double hockey sticks will they be able to pull this off, right? Why are they even interested? Well, as we saw earlier this week, Juwan Thornhill was just released, saving them 3.4 million. Yes, I know that's a fraction of what they're negative on, but they are making more moves, and then with them leaving or party ways, hopefully with Myles Garrett, this could also help. But guys, who wants to go first, Reed or Vincent?
It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
All right, I want Reed to get the Browns, so we're gonna go with Vincent first. So hopefully Reed can land on them. Oh, they don't have our music. It's been so long since I've done it.
Let's see. Oh,
Okay,
the
not
Giants.
bad, not bad.
Okay. Let's see. So I am what's his face who doesn't listen to his own kid and does not try to get Jaden Daniels. But all right, hear me out, guys. Matthew Stafford coming to the Giants. It is just like having Eli Manning. How many Super Bowls did Eli get us? 2. Stafford, he already has 1, so he can get us at least 1 more. We just let go of Saquon Barkley. I know, but let's bring a guy who knows how to win the Super Bowl other than Saquon Barkley. So I think Matthew Stafford will fit our system perfectly. He is that pocket passer that we need. We are building in the trenches. I think the wide receiver room is getting much better, and hopefully the Giants and Matthew Stafford are just the best pairing that you would want to see in football. No Daniel Jones, no what's his name? I forgot his name.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. You know, we need Stafford throwing the ball to Malik Neighbors, just like Big Money Joe says here. That would be a godsend. So that's my pitch there.
I'm signing up for it. I like the idea. I think it's great. For him to go to the New York Giants, that'll be freaking awesome. I don't mean to do this, but we also have to remember that these teams not only will have to pick up and give Matthew Stafford the contract that he's looking for, but also send over picks to get the trade going on. Remember, he's not a free agent. They got to trade for him, right? So there's a lot more than just money on this. But Vincent, I like it. You got my thumbs up. Reed?
It was all right.
Yeah. All right. Well,
as good as you could sell it.
Okay. Reed, you're up next. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it, man.
Browns.
Oh, no, it's not enough. Okay.
Raiders. Okay. Who did they just sign as head coach?
Pete.
Oh, Pete. Okay.
Pete Gum-smacking Carroll.
Okay. Try and make it make sense.
He's stuck. We need that the music. The dun 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 dun.
Well,
Come on, you're about to get an X, Reed. Come on, pitch it.
you see, they suck.
Oh my gosh!
They suck.
But they have the
They're-
most cap. They can
They're
pay.
not a bridge quarterback away.
They have the best tight end in the game, Reed.
Right now you want to get a younger quarterback, not Matthew Stafford if you're the Raiders. I would not support lies on this channel. All right.
All right,
No
so
lies.
Reed, that's a big X right there. You
That's
failed
fine.
that one, buddy.
That's fine.
And as consequence, you got to roll again.
All right.
Browns.
You were stuck on that one, dude.
It just didn't make sense. All right, here we go.
You're rushing the ball.
What you guys wanted.
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm the Browns GM right now.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what my name is, but I'm just gonna call myself Dipshit.
Strong.
As
Oh,
Dipshit
wow.
right now. Guys, I got a new genius idea. Okay,
What is it? Tell me.
Yeah.
we've tried and gone the route of signing a big guy. We sent so much away
We
to
did.
get him. And we finally have picks again after we traded everything away from for Deshaun Watson, which has done nothing for us. Let me remind you guys, I should have a job right now. Let me remind you guys about that. Okay. But you know what would be the best idea ever? After we're so far in like deep cap hell. Our star player, the best player on our team, hates being here, doesn't want to play for us. You know what we should do right now?
What? What should
Trade
we
away
do?
more picks, go into more cap hell, and sign Matthew Stafford. In order to do that, we're going to have to let go of all of our good players and cut them in order to make room or extend us and to put us into more cap hell in the future. But you know what? Let's go get Matthew Stafford. We're a quarterback away, guys. We're a quarterback away. Remember, this team is good. This defense is good. And when we have Matthew Stafford, Myles Garrett's going to go, hey, this place isn't half bad. We got a guy who's won it before, and he's gonna stay. He's gonna stay once we have Matthew Stafford. Myles Garrett ain't leaving yet.
I mean, surely the same thing won't happen again, right?
No.
No.
No,
be
we'll be
possible.
good. Let's
No.
go all in. I'm in. Let's
We got
do it.
injuries right now to our current quarterback. Let's go get a guy who also gets injured a few times a year.
I am down. Let's
An Asian
do it.
guy. Yeah,
They will offset. When one's healthy, the other one's hurt. When
100%.
one's hurt, the other one's healthy.
And then we
Mhm.
can just draft him some weapons. Oh, wait, we're going to be sending our draft pick.
6
Oh,
and 7
No.
rounders.
Wait.
yeah.
Wait a
Um,
second.
I hear that bum Debo, that dipshit's available. We could go get him. He'll fit in perfectly.
Oh man.
It's just a terrible situation for the Browns. They got to fire everybody, move on, and hit the complete reset.
It is. It's a horrible situation. I mean, negative 24 mil in the cap. That is crazy. But Vince, I want to hear your thoughts here since you are a supporter of Justin Fields and former lover of Russell Wilson. How would you feel about Matthew Stafford heading into Pittsburgh?
Oh,
I think that one's pretty on par in my opinion as of like who they're looking for in a quarterback. Looking for a guy to hand the ball off when he needs to. Looking for a guy to pop the rock right in the right spot with some not so bad receivers, but hopefully they get better receivers because obviously they still have quite a bit of picks. They have a good GM or a decent GM. I'm not gonna say a great one. They have a great coach in Mike Tomlin, who's a gritty guy. He loves defense. The defense is not that bad. They still have TJ Watt signed for a good chunk of time. They got a lot of guys on that side of the ball. And Matthew Stafford fits in quite well. I mean, the Rams' offensive line doesn't protect him for squat. So obviously Pittsburgh is going to be the exact same, if not maybe just a tiny bit worse. But I feel like if he goes to the Steelers, you know who's going to want to follow him?
Who?
Cooper Kupp.
Oh boy.
No, say
Trade some picks away to, the Rams. Kit Matthew Stafford, and then try to entice Cooper Kupp to be like, hey, you want to be that number one guy still? Here's your quarterback.
Keep Jorge Pickens?
Yeah, I think you keep him. I don't think he's a true number one, in my opinion. But he had a decent year this past year. I'm not saying it was bad, but I think he needs a little help. So Najee's still there. I mean, so is what's his name? Number 30. Forgot his name.
Jaylen Warren.
Jaylen Warren, yeah.
Yeah.
So it could work. I don't know if they win the Super Bowl, but
is that a match made in paradise here? Nah, I don't know. I still like Minnesota for Matthew Stafford a lot more. I'm a Minnesota fan right now. Give me Matthew Stafford in Minnesota. That'll be great. Hate that it's in the NFC, but we'll get that skull. I just like that a lot. But Steelers make sense. Giants make sense. I agree with Reed here. The Raiders don't make much sense, and Browns, I don't know how the hell they're still a team. I think what do they do?
0 cents as a team.
Oh, but Vincent, sorry to interrupt your segment there, but like I said, it kind of bled through of what I wanted to talk about. So thank you for giving me the spotlight for a little bit.
No, for sure. I mean, that's what this channel is about. We just thrive on whatever's popping. But I mean, as of going into the next guy, we've already kind of mentioned his name, or I did. Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is out there. He is Copper Coop out there in the rumor mill on where he might land. There's been a lot of teams who have showed interest, but really it's just so hard to see him away from the Rams. He's been there his entire time. He played well with them. I just can't see him with another team. I would hope that the Rams would try to, keep him and just use him as like a bridge wide receiver, a guy who knows that locker room, knows the system. McVay, I'm pretty sure still loves him, but he just doesn't have it all in the tank anymore. And now they got Puka, which is his dynamic duo. But in my opinion, the only place I could actually see Cooper Kupp actually make a difference is maybe in like either Jacksonville or the Packers, maybe even on a big team, maybe just that team that just needs a little bit more oomph. Maybe the Commanders. Commanders want another guy to go alongside McLaurin, who's a veteran who can get open. I don't know. Those are my top 3 teams as of right now on who may need him. So what do you guys think there?
I think we said it earlier. I think a good fit for Cooper Kupp would be Pittsburgh. I mean, why not, right? They have George Pickens. He's a phenomenal talent. He has the ability to create separation and get open. But, I mean, he's Juju Smith-Schuster without Antonio Brown. Am I right? You put a wide receiver 1 there, and now you're causing havoc offensively. Without a true number 1 wide receiver, without an elite threat, you could solidify him, right? You could condense him to almost nothing in that offense. Yeah, he was great for fantasy purposes, gain all the catch, gain all the targets. That's what you expect out of an offense that has George Pickens and absolutely no one else. So I think that would be a great option for them. And then it makes things interesting of what they will be doing as far as quarterback. Right now, a quarterback's even more intrigued of joining the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not only you're going into a great organization with a great head coach, with you have George Pickens as a wide receiver, but now you have Cooper Kupp. You got your 1-2 punch right there. So I like that spot a lot for him. And I'll be very interested to see who will be the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers if Cooper Kupp makes that happen before.
For sure, it's hard for me to figure out where he's going to go because the Rams are going to try to want to trade him first. They're not going to want to cut him and it's just take all the cap hits and get nothing in return for such a big player for them. But with his contract situation, it's just so hard to trade away. Now, there's a whole bunch of teams that I think are very much interested in Cooper Kupp because that is a veteran wide receiver. It doesn't matter if he doesn't have a lot of in his tank anymore. We see Odell Beckham get signed to a team every single year, and we know he ain't got nothing else in his tank. And Cooper Kupp still got a little bit of something, if you put him in the right system, put him in the right situation. So a lot of teams are going to be interested. It's just his contract situation. Like, I know the Packers would be interested probably in getting Cooper Kupp because Christian Watson's going to be out for most of the year. But there's no way we're going to take him for his current contract. Will we pay him a decent amount? I think we would. But I just don't see us paying him that amount of money. But I also agree with AJ about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the Steelers are a really good situation for him. Steelers need another threat other than George Pickens. Cooper could be that guy for them. Who knows who their quarterback is, but they definitely need a second wide receiver threat in order for that offense to really hopefully unlock into something new, because their defense is good. Just offense is just piss poor for it's been so long since Big Ben really left, unfortunately. I think Packers are in there, Steelers are in there. I think a lot of different teams in the NFL are definitely in the mix for that, really, just excluding maybe like one or two, like the Bengals, who are in the wide receiver markets. I think there's a lot of teams out there. I really couldn't pinpoint right now exactly where he would go. It's just the trade situation that's just so difficult right
now. Not bad. Yeah, like I said, again, these two guys from the same team, right? Back to back. But it's just so hard to even think of a team just parting ways with these two guys who have pretty much paved the way for them on being a contending team for quite some time. Again, they haven't always made the playoffs every single year with them, but they're like the glue of what made that team successful. After not being successful for quite some time. So it's just weird, but we'll move on. We'll move on to a team where the guy isn't happy. Reed already said his name, Myles Garrett. I mean, obviously Myles Garrett is trying to push his way out. He does not want to re-sign there with the Browns. From what we've seen from the media, again, I haven't seen it from his mouth.
Oh, he said it.
He said it? He said it?
Yeah, he's been on multiple interviews saying it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't watch interviews. That's my bad. But yeah, so again, obviously does not want to be there. The Browns stink. It's not a winning organization. They don't have a future, as Reed alluded to. Cap hill, no picks, probably barely recovering back from having no picks the past 2-3 years. And like I said, just no future whatsoever. So Myles Garrett wants out. I feel like every single team in the National Football League says, "Sup, boys?" Did I miss the part where Garrett gets traded to Tampa for a first and second and Rashad White?
Rashad White, damn.
That's a lot, but I can see it. But yeah, so just talking on that, Myles Garrett, where does he land? I feel like 31 other teams besides the Browns, because the Browns are out. He doesn't want to go back there. 31 teams should try their freaking best to trade the house for this guy. Again, he's an aging defensive end, I guess you can say, but he's still at the top of his game. I don't see him slowing down for another 2-3 years. I hope the Seahawks are in on him at least, but I don't think we'll get him. But what are you guys' thoughts? I mean, for your team and for other teams around the league.
I think respectively, right, all three of us should say that Myles Garrett should go to their team, right? I would love to see Myles Garrett with a Niner, with Nick Bosa. How freaking incredible would that be? I would be on cloud 9. Oh my goodness. But hey, let's package up a deal with Deebo Samuel. Get that mofo out of here. Deebo Samuel will give you a next year's first round, or we'll give you a second round this year, or a second round this year, next year's fifth round. We'll package up however you like. We'll put a bow on it. We'll send some cookies with Deebo Samuel just on his way, and we'll pay for the plane ticket, which they will. I get it. It's just for the memes, guys. We'll pay for the plane ticket to get Miles Sanders over here. I mean, it's just Myles Garrett, sorry. But that would be awesome for the Niners to go ahead and grab Myles Garrett. But the other team that I have in mind, which I would think would make them a Super Bowl contending team immediately Washington Commanders. Washington Commanders for Myles Garrett. I mean, they're saving money already. They got a rookie quarterback, and that's how you build some pretty damn good teams if your rookie quarterback is that good. And I think Jaden Daniels is that good. So if you build a team, spend a little bit of money on your aging vets who make an immediate impact on the field. You know, we talked about Von Miller when he got traded to the Bills. This is a whole different story here, right? We still got a younger Myles Garrett. You put him on that defense, he's causing havoc. He's helping that defense, which helps that offense, which helps the team get further into the playoffs. Sorry, I'm boring you, Reed, but I think this is a great idea. I would love to see Myles Garrett with the Commanders. I'll love it, hate it, but ultimately, those are my top two teams I would love to see him with.
Okay. All right. It's not bad. Big Money Joe says Bosa Bros a reunion in San Francisco. You have both Bosas. Interesting.
We love that.
And then he says, "Don't send Debo on
send him on the
Greyhound." Yeah,
that guy, bro.
Greyhound is absolutely
worst.
horrible. From what I've heard,
Worst.
From what I've heard, never been on one.
Lucky.
Fed says, "I wouldn't trade Debo for a box of Girl Scout cookies. Dude has the second coming of T.O." Yeah, I would not touch Debo with a very long foot pole. You know, I'm not touching him. So for me, for Myles Garrett, the trade that has to happen, you're not going to be able to send Debo. You're not going to be able to send Rachaad White. The Browns literally just trading away Myles Garrett take on more cap than keeping him. It's literally puts them more in the negative. So they don't have the situation to take another player's contract. If they're going to trade Myles Garrett, in my opinion, from what I've seen, it has to be picks and picks only. So there's going to be a first, second, another first. I don't know exactly what he quantifies as a 30. He's going to be 31, I believe, this next season, if I'm correct about that. So it's an Asian guy, one of the best. He's still playing as one of the best, but he is aging. I don't know exactly his draft worth is. Now, as AJ said, I can see him with the Packers. You know, the Packers, one thing we're missing on our defense is a consistent pass rusher. Rashawn Gary has not been that for us as we paid him to be. He's not been that for us, unfortunately. So getting a guy like a Myles Garrett who can put pressure when we're only rushing 4, which is what we usually do with our new defense, will be absolutely huge. I think we're 100% in the pass rusher market this offseason, whether it's going to be a trade for Max Crosby or Myles Garrett or one of these free agent guys. We're definitely going to be in the market for a pass rusher. Yes. Is it Max Crosby is getting you all excited?
Yeah, I love me some Max Crosby.
I would love for him to be a Packer.
Dude inhales cigars. That's tough.
Yeah.
That dude's tough.
I know.
Yeah. So I definitely see him with the Packers, as I think Gutekunst, our GM, is going to be in on the deal. Now, will another team outbid us? 100%. I think that's going to happen, like the Commanders. Yes, I understand. There's not a lot of people that want to play in Green Bay. All right, but we have been able to line some free agents, Xavier McKinney last year, or Josh Jacobs last year. So I definitely think there's people see the vision that's happening in Green Bay and can see, hey, we're maybe just a player or two away from winning a Super Bowl, because I think we are close. But the Green Bay, I can definitely see the Commanders because of the cap situation. They could take on his cap, pay Myles Garrett whatever he wants, and that would be huge for their defense. So I would say those two teams. I can see a lot of different teams, though. But at the end of the day, I think they're going to try to keep him, and it's going to go deep into the offseason, potentially preseason, if they do trade him.
Yeah, it'd be pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, the Commanders are up there. They're going to have one of the biggest cap spaces for a winning team, especially after the bump that they're going to get from the 20 to 30 mil that it's supposed to rise up. So they should move up into the $100 million range, and they can pretty much sign whoever they want after trading away a couple of picks or something. But yeah, other than that, the only other team that I would actually want him to go to would probably be the Bengals. The Bengals need severe help, and they have a decent amount of cap room. I don't know if they're going to sign Hendricks, who's their other defensive end, but I don't know if they're going to sign T. Higgins. I don't know. I don't know. that team is in trouble basically for cap reasons. But yeah, so that's one guy on there. I wanted to shout out at least one or two defensive players besides Myles Garrett, but there's some decent guys, and I'm looking at some of them. And I mean, Josh Sweat is another guy we have to talk about. He just won a championship with the Eagles. Another defensive lineman who can wreak havoc. He had 2.5 sacks in the Super Bowl, 8 on the season. Bengals defense needs Jesus. Yeah, sadly they do. But Josh Sweat is possibly on his way out too. He's already got a ring, so probably right now he's just looking for some dang money. Because I don't think the Eagles are going to give it to him, at least what he wants. So I mean, he could be heading to any team that just wants to pay him the big bucks. Yeah, that's what Big Money says too. He says Sweat just wants the big check now. Yeah, he's already got the ring. He's already got, his name stapled. Everybody knows him pretty much if you watch football. So where do you think he goes? I mean, the top 5 teams right now are the Patriots, Raiders, Commanders, Bears, and Cardinals as of cap room. 75 mil and north before the adjustment of the 20 to 30. So
I'm going to stick with my guns here. I don't think he's going to be their first choice. I'm talking about the Commanders here. But if they aren't able to land, players like Myles Garrett or Max Crosby, then yeah, I think their third option would probably be Josh Sweat there, because I'm 100% believe that they will target a stud defensive player this free agency. But if we're not talking about them, I don't mind seeing Josh Sweat with the Bears here. I think the Bears will give him that paycheck that he wants. You have a veteran presence out there in that defense and a dominant presence at that as well. So I like the Bears as well there.
Not bad. What do you think, Reed?
Bears could definitely happen. The Bears are going to be looking to up a lot of parts of their team.
Not bad, not bad. Alrighty. Well, any other guys of notable hierarchy that you think should be sought after by a bunch of teams this offseason?
Yes, I have a whole segment for
it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, this is going to be speed, okay?
All right.
I'm going to say, I'm going to go one by one. First one's going to be Vince, and the next one's going to be Reed. And then y'all just give me in or out and give me one explanation why. Just one sentence, one main reason. Sound good?
In and out of what?
Of the trade. So I want to give you a trade candidate going to a team.
Yep.
Cool? All right. Vincent, you're up first. Rams trade Cooper to the Steelers. You in or you out?
I'm in on it. I mean, it makes sense. They need wide receiver help from what we saw this past year. They need quarterback help too, but I think he would make a difference for whoever the quarterback is.
Okay, love it. Reed, you're up next.
Okay.
The Jets, they trade Davante Adams to the Ravens. Are you in or you out?
I'm in. I'm in on that. I think the Ravens would definitely need some wide receiver help, and Davante Adams could mesh well over there.
I was not expecting that, honestly. Okay, Vincent, Dolphins trade Tyreek Hill to the Chargers. In or out? Yeah.
Interesting. That would go back on what the Dolphins said. But I don't know. I don't think I'm in on that one. I don't know if he's needed there like that, I think the Chargers would want a wide receiver, but I just don't know if they'd want to trade for that price of a wide receiver.
Okay, so I'm out. Price. So you're out. Out because of price.
Out on price, yeah.
Okay, I can respect that. Reed, the Falcons trade Kyle Pitts to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
I'm out because I think Travis has one more year.
Okay. Yeah, I hope he doesn't. I want Travis out.
I know you do. I think
but that would be interesting. Kyle Pitts to the Chiefs, right back where they left off. Rams for Vincent. Rams trade Matthew Stafford to the Minnesota Vikings.
I mean, on that, it's a good situation. I don't think Matthew would be opposed to it, and I mean the Vikings don't really need to draft too much. They've played insanely well. They just need a better leadership there. So I'm in.
Sweet. Okay. Reed, the 49ers trade Deebo Samuel to the Denver Broncos.
I'm out. I don't think they want his contract.
What?
I'm out. No.
So out because of money.
Yeah.
Out because of money. Okay. And, the Niners will be taking on a big chunk of that contract, by the way. A lot of it's committed from the Niners.
Probably.
But, all right. I wasn't expecting that. I think it'll be a great fit for Deebo. Vincent, the Seahawks.
Oh, gosh.
Trade Geno Smith to the Raiders.
That's a possibility.
Ooh.
I just don't know what we would get back, Raiders have a good pick, but I'm out because I'm a Seahawks fan. That's my only explanation.
All right.
I want Geno to finish his contract.
I did not know the Raiders' new offensive coordinator was Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Cool. Good for him. Reed.
Yes.
The Bengals trade Sam Hubbard to the Lions.
Okay. They could use another defensive piece.
I would say I'm in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't like that too. I think that the Lions are actually in the same boat as the Commanders, trying to get the top picks, but if not, they'll get someone like Sam Hubbard. Big Money says Deebo will pass out at Mile High. Dude, Deebo, yeah, he would. He would. That I cannot stand that dude getting hurt every single play. Yeah, if he gets hit, he's done. He's done. Okay, Vincent, we're not done yet. This is the last one, Vincent. So give me a good explanation for this one.
Okay.
The Cowboys trade Micah Parsons for the Seattle Seahawks. DK Metcalf.
If it's
a 1-for-1,
if it's a 1-for-1, I'd do it.
Yeah,
I would do it 100%. Sorry, DK, I love the crap out of you, but if we're gonna get Micah Parsons, the only reason I don't see it happening is because he's a drama queen, and Mike does not want drama queens on his defense. He does not. He wants guys that are gonna listen and run his system, and that's it. No jaw, just run it. But I would be down. I mean, I love DK, and I hope we can retain him again because I know there's a lot of looming stuff about him and Geno and some other guys that we have. Ernest Jones might not come back and be our linebacker because he's a free agent guy. But damn, I don't think you can pass that up. Even if we send like a second, I'd still probably do it.
I think that would be good. I think it's a win-win for both sides, honestly, because having CD Lamb and DK Metcalf, that's dangerous, dude. Like dangerous, honestly. But having Micah Parsons, I would hate to see him go to Seattle, but I know there's probably a good, head case going over there along with him. So I don't mind that too much, but I'll hate Seattle's defense just a little bit more. And especially with JSN just playing damn well. That's pretty scary. Saying I love DK sounds horrible. Yeah, it does. But that's all I got. That was my speed scenario trade deal.
Okay.
But hopefully you guys liked it. I can't wait for the mock drafts to come out. Trades for mock draft. Ooh, it's gonna be so fun.
As soon as this combine's over, everything's gonna be flying on like who's gonna get who or who's gonna try to trade for this guy because people's stock is gonna go up and down, and it's just gonna send everybody into a flurry on trying to trade for those top picks again. Because everybody just gets mesmerized by this combine. But we'll see. All right. Well, Reed, do you have any other comments or topics? Not today.
I ain't got nothing. Been a long day.
It's been a little dry there in the NFL community. Just a lot of rumors like what we've been talking about here. So that's going to be it, guys. I mean, again, we will be live next Monday, and we will go live if there is any breaking crazy news throughout the week. So if you feel like there's any videos that you think we should do, go ahead and join the Discord down below in the description and give us some video ideas. We're open to do anything within reason. But also, we just want to have fun on this channel. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And if you like what we're doing, leave a comment on what do you think that is? So other than that, like we always say, guys, keep on grinding. Out.